Hey, what's going on, man? This is your boy, Big Dog Reno Casino, man. I just wanted to talk, while I'm hitting the kettle while it's hot, and while I addressed my last issues on the disenfranchised white man. I kind of want to talk. Let me switch coins. I want to go a different way. I want to talk to kind of the Negroes now, man. I want to hit you with a dose of reality, real fast. Um, the gangster life, the gangster mentality, the gangster lifestyle, it's a facade. It always been a facade. Being the gangster, it's a fallacy. It's not real. It's never been real. It's never been real. It's been designed to set you up. It's been designed for you to ultimately be a rat. If you ever noticed, like, the gangster, right? Let's talk about this in American standards, because I can't speak outside of American culture, no matter what color you are. So I'm speaking about this in a very general way. But when we talk about the gangster, especially the American gangster, they've always been designed to be rats. Now, it's not a color issue, but I do want to put a little broad stroke on the black influence on the quote-unquote gangster lifestyle. Here it is. That ideal of the gangster image that the black men and young black men inspired to came from Italians. It's a derivative from Italian mobsters, Italian mafioso. Now, they're not the same as far as certain things, but for the black culture, that's where that gangster came from. Because if you've forgotten, a lot of rappers in the 90s used a lot of Italian mobster names for their rap music. And they, ran with that mafioso mob commission type of propaganda there. And we used to bob our head to it because it was slick. And that's what, you're seeing rappers starting to step it up a little bit as far as the clothes. And for a minute there, the gangsters had some style. You know what I mean? They would wear the suits. And you see your favorite rapper, gangster as hell, but now he wearing the suit. Because now they started adopting some more mafioso, because the mafia and those gangsters there will wear suits and be dressed down to the socks. So our culture, like a lot of things, take scraps and make whole meals and make soul food out of it. It just is what it is. But what happens is we kind of forget how those Italian mobsters and gangsters go out. There's always an ending to the story. And how many of them really make it? How of them really make it out? Or don't get locked up? And if they do get locked up, how many of them end up becoming informants, rats, start pointing fingers, start getting dudes, and then that's when people start getting whacked. That's when people start getting smoked and wrapped up, and then it starts getting chaotic and out of control, and the whole family goes down in flames. It happens time and time again, whether it's in the movies or in real life. They never make it. How many of them successfully make it? You know who makes it? The informant. You know who makes it out alive? Sometimes, but most of the time, the informant. The rat. The notorious rat. And we adopted that too into the culture. Everything about the mafioso got adopted into the black gangster, right? It's no different. They had the names as rappers. So listen, sold music, sold albums. And can't you see the trend? Don't even need a big picture. Don't you see the trend? Look what happened to them. They become fucking rats. Your favorite rapper, the most gangsters, took life, killed. When the chips hit, when you've molded a generation off of your words and off of your actions. They want to one up you. I want to be the next Jordan. I want to be the next. I want to be the next Gucci Man. I want to be the next. You know? It's that kind of foolishness that allowed a Tekashi 6ix9ine to even infiltrate the game. And now you just gave this dude more money, more content, and you almost gave him a valid point. And you know what's so sad about that whole 6ix9ine thing? Here's the beauty of that. Because I'm starting to wonder if just the gangster persona was implemented into the culture because of that very reason. Because they knew at one point or another, gangster rap wasn't so mafioso. It was kind of authentic there for a hot second. If we go to prior the mafioso era there, it was a small little piece between 89 to about 93 that you had rap and probably the most organic anything. It just, the gangster rap was more street politics, more urban, more authentically ours. Now, I'm not going to point the finger on which region started this mafioso, but I will say there was particular rappers that were starting to, use that mafioso persona, and then it spread like wildfire, particularly in the East Coast. Even though, like I said, there was a West Coast rapper, you do your research, that really was all about Versace. You copy his style. 5 shots and stop him, he took in a smile. But the point of the matter is, you cats want to follow these mafioso gangster things, and y'all end up being rats because that is how the story goes for a gangster. You got to tell me a gangster that made it, because there's only 2 ways out when you're a gangster and you're really in that life. You're going to have to cash out or you're going to crash out. There's nothing else. You're going to either have to go square or you're going to be a victim of your own demise. It's the graduation system. It's the reward for being a gangster. Jail's institution of death. If you get out with money, if you get out, you can't go back, or you turn into an actual legitimate business. That's what Gucci fucked up. See, Gucci, he's a gangster's gangster in the rap world. He's one of the first rappers that was known to actually catch a body, even though it was in self-defense, and basically go home. Where he messed up at is now that you're older, that's kind of behind you more than it's ahead of you. You got a wife, a lovely wife that's being a wife, being the queen that she's supposed to be, helping you, cross your T's, dot your I's. Hold on. Hey, shut the fuck up, man. What the hell is that? Fucking demon, shut up. Sorry about that. Did you hear that shit? I'm not scared of no creepy pasta. I'll put some spaghetti sauce on you. Anyway, the gangster shit, man, look. And look what happened. You know what I mean? Now when there's... We might have to be back after these messages. Okay, all is well. Sorry about that. Got a little interesting there. But anyway, so what we have now is the end results of a culture that's been implemented into a newer generation that hasn't been taught the proper tools of how to navigate it. And now you have these results. But when y'all see your big dog catch bite the cheese, and then you gotta move the goalposts to say, oh, he tried to change his ways. Well, did he? I mean, his roster considered, it really was a list of mini-me's that were trying to up-one you. You are a legendary gangster rapper. You were the trap god. The trap god. So if I'm a young man from around the way, and I used to listen to your music, my peoples, my house, my uncle, whoever, I'm inspired to want to be like you, dog. I'm asking you questions, all this other shit, and how you not gonna be swole for that? Like, I'm gassing your head up. You're perpetuating the persona still, because it's not like you like, I'm a changed man and I want R&B singers and I'm gonna give me a backpack rapper. I want me the new Drake. You're not looking for that. You cut your roster and half of them either die by the bullet or whatever. And it's like your artists, the few that you have left, they feel a sense of betrayal because it's like, you the big dog, you're the big dog. You're supposed to be the big dog, man. And now they feel like not only did they get cheated, but also they look like a fool out here to the streets because my head wasn't on too tight for this guy to, go up the river. Unfortunately. And I don't care how y'all move the goalpost. Y'all know the rules. And y'all can say fuck the rules, but that's cool. That means you're a civilian or you're not involved in this. To see what makes a snitch, what makes a rat is that you were doing what a rat does. You were in the dirt. You was in the dirt doing dirt. You was with the rest of the heathens. You was with the rest, getting it in. It was all good. You were reaping the benefits of the persona, the bitches, the money, the fast life, the action, the respect, quote unquote, fear or whatever when you and the squad come through. Yeah. That ego boost, it's nothing like it. But then the consequences are just as severe as the triumphs, quote unquote. Because, you selling dope, or you doing this, or you doing that. And now they're hitting you with fed time that's bigger than your age. All of a sudden the knee buckle, and all of a sudden now you need a cigarette, or can I get a sandwich? I mean, when you get past a certain age, nigga, I don't give a damn how gangster you think you are. You want to be gangster out here. I want to be gangster in the free air. Because when them lights is on you, and they got that full metal gear jacket, full metal vest, and some fake ass last name, then what? That's the thing about being a gangster, man. It's a time limit, man. It's a time limit. How gangster you gonna be before you think this shit gonna end well? People want to be you, envy. You gotta do dirt, man. You gotta do dirt to be a gangster. You gotta do real dirt to be a gangster. Your hands cannot be clean. You might not make it to heaven. Boy, y'all niggas better. And then you upset. You can't, because the ones that's moving the goalposts is the ones I'm worried about. Because that looks like you the next one up. You want to be in the streets. If you're moving the goalposts for these guys, you know what the rules are. You ain't supposed to say nothing. You're supposed to take that to the chin. I'm a grown man. When I sold dope, and here's the fucked up part about me. When I was selling dope, I ain't had no business doing that. My pop ain't teach me no Pyrex. He ain't teach me what the Pyrex was. My pops was in the military. My parents got divorced. Growing up in a single mother home, I wanted to go outside. I wanted to be around the fellas. I wanted to be down. I wanted to be fucking down. And hey, I got what I asked for. But the good news is, I had a pair of brakes. I knew when to stop. I knew when I was like, okay, I can't sell out, but I don't want to do no time, so I might have to just give this shit up entirely. So once I got locked up and I stood on that business, did my time, I left the game alone because I'm not going back to jail. And I'm not telling on nobody. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and square this up because I can't do neither. So I let it go. And some of y'all can't let it go. Because first of all, you never had it. You might have came close. You taking a shot in the gym don't mean you're making the basket. And you guys can't let it go. Sometimes your PTSD is a self-warranted ego trip because you never got to achieve that with the I rule the world statue in there. And you can just put your face an amount of freebase and live. You know, I get it. I get it, man. You want to come from the, you want to get from the welfare to right there. Don't we all? And the quickest way we saw to do it was to be a gangster. Move this shit, knock some fools out the way, get it done. But that is not reality. And even the movies will tell you that. Because when the shit hit the fan, you are going to get shitted on. That's the thing about the fan. They say shit hit the fan. You ever seen shit hit a fan? Anything hit the fan, it's going to splatter all over the place. That means you're getting caught in the shitstorm. What the fuck make you think you're not going to get caught up in the shitstorm? When them feds come through, when them boys coming out there with them lights on, Full Metal Jacket. Boy, look, they can go home. They could put it right in your noodle. Go home. I get a bonus. I'm just saying. The gangster life over, fellas. After a certain age, man, especially in this digital age, I don't even know how y'all could be gangsters when there's cryptocurrency. Like, why don't we save the gangster shit for GTA 6, huh? Why don't y'all relax? It's about to come out soon. You know, this might bring families back. This might bring relationships back. Why don't we just wait till GTA 6? Let them do the gangster shit. This shit is over. It's over. And for those who still want to hang on for dear life to this, you know, Godspeed, man, because you're going to become a relic really soon, or you're going to end up where you want. Because I think some of you brothers just like jail. I think some of y'all have been around brothers, been going to juvie, all this shit. I think you're just more comfortable in the company of men. You guys keep playing these games knowing the end result is jail and institutions around a bunch of other men. So somewhere down the line, you might need to take a self-inventory a little deep in the surface level if you find yourself consistently going to jail, consistently wanting to play in the streets, consistently hanging with the homies. I'm gonna be honest, if you're hanging out with your homies more than you're hanging out with your girl, if you have a girlfriend, if you got a significant other, and you're hanging out with your homies more than her, yeah, after a certain point, I don't care if you're young, man, you know what I mean, hanging with the fellas is cool, but if you're compensating and you're using that as this, man, look, y'all boys better get this shit together, because when you go up the road, you're gonna fold. Not everybody built for this, and you got one shot. I don't have to ask what if. I got my check. Once I did the check, like once I got the check, oh, I got that. I got the gold star. I don't have to hit replay. What I got replay mission for? Why I got replay mission? I just achieved it. I did it. I did the right thing. I followed the G code. Get out. Get out. You're playing a dangerous game. That's the beauty about, yeah, because the real ones know when to cash out. You know when to cash out. I knew how to leave bad situations when I know it's a sinking ship. If you see the warning sign, I heed to it immediately. I don't sit there and do that, oh, wait till the last second then you're dead. No, I'm like the birds in the sky. If I see a flock of birds, if I saw like 7,000 birds of different species flying in the air right now, and I'm going wherever the fuck they're going, because they're getting away from wherever the fuck yeah, I'm one of those. So you guys better get in tune, man, because this shit is over, or you're gonna get stuck, man. But this is Reno signing off, man. Be easy.